see this, they're gonna say, how is Donald Trump a racist? Like, what proof do you have to make you say that he's a racist?
Shit, if you ask anybody who the biggest immigrant in America, people would look at the Mexican like he the biggest immigrant, or I would say Hispanic people in general. They would look at them like they're the biggest immigrant. You know who the biggest immigrant is? The Asians.
We are on fire. We're being burnt down to the floor.
I think some things do need to change. I just think what we're doing may not be working.
This is
See, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
The Mexicans, the Cubans, the Latinos in general, they cheer it because they want Trump to control the government, to lower the inflation, to lower the price of things, and of course, deport their own people. Now they are in regret. So stay towards the end because this is going to be really interesting. Here we had the Latino people crying because they decided they're going to vote for take away the rights of other people, and now they are losing their own rights. Please don't forget to drop a like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and leave me your comment below. What do you guys think of the FAFO process, okay? What do you guys think of this? How the Latinos are living their FAFO moment?
Like I said, she recognizes she broke the law. So in that sense, she realizes she should be prosecuted. She does at the same time will very quickly say, but it seems very unfair. The crime is a misdemeanor. It is not a felony. You know, she was in that detention center for 6 months or maybe even longer than that before she was deported. Yeah, probably the most interesting character we connected with was a woman named Dora Damada. Dora is a resident, or was a resident of North Carolina. She was born in Panama. She entered the United States as a lawful resident in 1973, and she was here ever since. She's a great grandmother. And she voted in the 2016 election. And then in December, she was stopped by immigration authorities for that vote, for that crime. And when I connected with her in the month of May, I think it was the first time, she was already in a detention center on her way to being deported back to Panama. She truly believed that she could register to vote because she had been on YouTube and had seen something. It's a little unclear what she saw, that seemed to indicate that she believed President Obama had issued an executive order allowing long-term lawful residents to cast ballots. Adding to her confusion, she went to go register to vote using her driver's license. She's a resident of North Carolina. At the time, a North Carolina, and still today, I believe, a North Carolina driver's license is stamped with something that says limited term. She understood that the person she gave the license to would realize limited term means I'm not a citizen. She handed over the driver's license. They signed her up. She went to the polls to vote, handed over the driver's license. They let her vote. So in her mind, you know, she'd done everything right. She identified herself as a non-citizen and she was allowed to vote. She's 72. She's not young. She has 4 children and 21 grandchildren that she was separated from. You can appreciate it. It feels really harsh, you know? And she feels like the punishment does not meet the crime.
Now they went after me, a private citizen, by the way.
MAGA Brandon of Downey suddenly doesn't seem so proud of his loyal support for the MAGA movement. Now he wants everyone to believe he's just a private citizen.
You're going after a private citizen who has a different viewpoint than you.
Not so fast. You made your social media public, walked the streets of Downey campaigning to recall former councilwoman Catherine Alvarez, and turned yourself into a local political figure. Then showed up at City Hall meetings, speaking out on street vendors and criticizing the city of Tijuana, Mexico.
He's trying to turn Downey into Tijuana.
And let's not forget, you even took to social media to pick fights with your fellow MAGA supporter, Mario Guerra.
For Mario Guerra to be Downey's cheerleader, to verbally come at me.
Weren't you supposed to be on the same team? And what about in 2023, when you publicly turned against MAGA councilwoman Dorothy Pemberton?
Me, a private citizen, I'm a private citizen.
You weren't acting like a private citizen then. You urged people, don't vote for Dorothy Pemberton, and even publicly shared her personal email address. Remember, we're Downey friends, because friends don't let friends vote MAGA.
Happy 4th of July, everyone. I know it's next week, but hey, America 250 is the reason why we have these things, right? 250th anniversary of our independence, to have our right to say what we want and have a disagreement. To have our right to say what we want and to have
another episode of FAFO, where I bring you stories of MAGA voters that have entered the find out phase of their vote. And let's take this one back to November 6th of 2024 and see how it started, because Nuvis Alvarez posted this on Facebook that says, "Breaking. Rump is practically the President of the United States. Full coverage on my show," where she puts 2 heart emojis. Well, let's see how she's doing now.
A few moments later.
Because she left this very lengthy post on her Facebook that says the following: "I'm a Republican, and I voted for Rump. But what I'm seeing every day has nothing to do with what our president promised. He said that criminals would be deported, not workers who have no criminal record. I'm seeing destroyed families, good people living with fear. Many here talk about whether they pay little or steal the jobs from Americans. Nothing true. Many businesses are being affected by lack of people to work. What will happen next? Are they going to bring people from Florida City or Homestead to work here? Then the problems begin, as it has happened before. This is a country of immigrants. We all depend on a grandfather or a great-grandfather who came to this country looking for a better life for his family, which is horrible what Biden did, we agree, but many people who today are persecuted by immigration entered through the port of entry and gave him some type of documents for a way to the residence. Almost are in the immigration process with a clean record, and immigration is taking them away from the right to obtain a legal status by taking them before their appointment with immigration." Now, right now, I'm wondering what she thought mass deportations means. It's 2 words that are very simple to understand, yet a lot of people don't understand it for some reason. But to Nayuvis or Nuvis or however you pronounce your name, I'm just gonna end this video with the song for you. I will vote for Donald Trump. But anyways, have the day that you voted for. Bye.
Now, I know when people see this, they're gonna say, "How is Donald Trump a racist? Like, what proof do you have to make you say that he's a racist?"
Shit, if you ask anybody who the biggest immigrant in America, people will look at the Mexican like he the biggest immigrant, or I would say Hispanic people in general. They would look at them like they're the biggest immigrant. You know who the biggest immigrant is? The Asians. But ain't nobody, they ain't getting put in cages. So you got to ask yourself, why is he targeting Latinos? You know what I'm saying? When they ain't even the biggest immigrant, illegal immigrant in the country. You know what I'm saying? So it got to be racism if you targeting a specific group of people, and they ain't even the biggest number.
This is what I've been telling Latinos, specifically Puerto Ricans that voted for Trump. It is never in your interest to vote Republican. Never. Never. They don't want you. They don't like you. They don't care about you. And now they are actively trying to eliminate birthright citizenship from all fucking territories, including Puerto Rico. And it can start as quick as January 2027, where your children born in the island are not going to be United States citizens. Yet you, the fucking crazy French group that says, we gotta value our citizenship, our Americans, hay que mamarle la tranca a los gringos. You bunch of fucking dummies got into a problem and now you cannot eliminate. The own governor of Puerto Rico told you to vote for him because she's friends with him. And now what is happening? Now these motherfuckers are trying to actively erase you from the goddamn map. Never, ever, ever vote Republican if you're a Latino or a minority, especially if you're from a territory. This will never get you their good grace. And now you see it happening in real time, but some of you stupid motherfuckers still won't believe it. Que tengan buen día.
So I just asked a Latino at my job, why you vote for Trump? This is what he told me out of his mouth. This is what he told me. He say he voted for Trump because he know Trump hate them. This is what he said. He know Trump hate them. So they vote for Trump to make the Republicans feel like they with them so they could stop attacking them. This is what he told me. They only voted for Trump because Trump and them hate them so much. They wanted to show them they on the side of Republicans so they could leave them alone. I say, so you went and voted for Trump because you was scared you might get deported? And he said, yeah. Which I couldn't even say nothing but I guess that's...
Está bien pendejo. Bien pendejo.
On today's episode of So Political dropped an article titled Texas Hispanics Swung Hard to Rump. A new poll shows they're furious at his deportations. One Hispanic voter named Benny Melendez voted for Rump in 2024. He says since he returned to the White House, it made it really difficult for Melendez to run a small construction company in South Texas. He says immigration officers have detained workers at his job sites while driving his company trucks, and since the beginning of 2025, more than 10 of those workers have been deported. And because Benny got affected personally, it seems like he's dropping his support for the current president of the United States and Republicans and is voting for a Democrat in this year's US Senate election, James Tallarico.
I used to build a home in 4 months. We're back to 8 months again, 9 months, which means not only that we're losing money and our workers are losing money, but our clients, the community is losing money as well. They're gonna have to pay extra interest rates on that.
Benny says, quote, "How can we continue voting for someone that is targeting our community? There's no way possible. We're going to support that. No way. I didn't like what Biden was doing here on the border, but now, with Slump, it's all the opposite. 180-degree change. He doesn't let us work. He's taking the best we have." Another Hispanic voter that voted for Rump in 2024 is Mario Guerrero, who I featured numerous times. This guy for your reference. Mario says, quote, "It just seems now more than ever, if you're brown, they're gonna stop you." Mario, who's a 3-time Rump voter, who leads the South Texas Builders Association, said, "And I know that sounds really racist, but it's what we're facing, man." Guerrero, who leads a trade group with over 160 members across South Texas, said the idea that deportations will create jobs for American workers is ill-informed. He said, quote, "When people say, why don't you hire American citizens to do foundation or to do concrete? I'm like, dude, tell me what effing US citizen is gonna wanna go and pour concrete at 100 degrees down here in the valley?" So I think Benny and Mario should have thought about all these questions before casting their vote, because it appears as though their business has taken a huge hit. And now for quite some time, they're still experiencing the find out stage of FAFO. And personally, what I find hilarious about this entire situation is that when you cast a vote for someone that says that they're gonna go after specific people, it's giving chickens for KFC, roaches for Raid, parents for the Hunger Games, and kids for Casey Anthony. But anyways, since you guys did vote for this, all I do have to say to you guys is have the day you voted for. Bye.
Have the day you voted for. I will vote. Raise your hand, come on. Raise your hand.
We are on fire. We're being burnt down to the floor.
I think some things do need to change. I just think what we're doing may not be working.
This is the border barrier. The other side, Matamoros, Mexico. This is a battleground congressional district and a border town. And being here, just a reminder that an issue that could be a huge asset for Trump and the Republicans, Donald Trump campaign on reducing, stopping illegal border crossings. Those numbers are way down. So the immigration issue could be a big asset. Instead, though, because of something else, it's turned into a huge liability.
The immigration stuff that's going on, maybe having a better control over ICE, maybe go after the true criminals, leave the Willows and the Abuelitas alone. You know, they've been here forever.
I am concerned about borders. I think there is a whole argument to make about border security. Being a Hispanic, I think that there does need to be some empathy.
Did the Texas Republicans place too big of a bet on the hope that Latinos would stay with Republicans, that the Latinos who voted for Trump would stay with them in 2026? If they place too big of a bet, then this seat stays Democratic. And if this seat stays Democratic, well, then Democrats are taking the House. And that completely changes the Trump presidency.
A lot of the stuff he's doing, I don't agree with.
So he's lost his juice with you a little bit.
Lost his juice just because of the methods of the way he's doing.
Tú no has sentido vergüenza hasta que tú veas una gente de tu país diciendo Dominicanos for Trump. What do you mean Dominicanos for Trump? Do you even... I know you have to read your fan if you are Dominicano for Trump. Tú no has sentido vergüenza hasta que tú veas una gente de tu país diciendo Dominicanos for Trump. What do you mean Dominicanos for Trump? Do you even... I know you have to read your fan if you are Dominicano for Trump.
Can I get that 64% of Latinos that voted for Trump? Can I get y'all down front, please? Can y'all come in for a minute? Yeah, the 64% that voted Donald Trump in, front and center. Did y'all see the latest executive order he signed? Second day, or was it the first day? First day, my bad. Getting rid of birtherism. Getting rid of if you were born here, you are a citizen. Nada. No, baby. You out of here. Yeah. See what your 64% did? Hey, are y'all still, dancing around with the Trump flags, Latinos for Trump? Y'all still bucking through the house, celebrating? Are y'all still floating?
I don't know if this is controversial to say, but one thing about a Latino Trump supporter, it's always going to be a Cuban from Florida or a Mexican from Texas who uses the N-word. And
Did you know that Trump personally called Claudia Sheinbaum and told her to show up to the World Cup? Listen to this, and then we're going to talk about it. Ready?
Hasta el viernes, la única invitación que había recibido para ir era de la FIFA. Y estaba valorando ir o no ir, pero había pensado pues no asistir. Y el sábado tuvimos una conversación telefónica con Trump. Y ahí fue donde me dijo, me invitó personalmente. Me dijo, Claudia, ¿vas a venir? Y le dije, bueno, si usted me invita, presidente Trump. Dijo, sí, estás invitada. Ven, vas a estar sentada ahí junto a nosotros. Y entonces dije, bueno, pues hay que ir porque ahora sí que, como dice el dicho, lo cortés no quita lo valiente.
This whole dynamic is interesting because she has been so hard talking about sovereignty of the nation of Mexico, talking about an independent government, saying no to extraditing individuals to the U.S., opening up cases against the U.S. and ICE for the crimes that they are doing and murdering Mexican citizens. And yet Trump still calls her. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Trump knows that he needs Mexico. Mexico isn't just that little country anymore that they could just bulldoze her over. And he understands Claudia. He respects her. He has said it multiple times. And a lot of the media in Mexico is trying to say that there's bad relationships with the U.S. Look at how she's talking about the U.S. Look at the things she's bringing up. Look at how she's trying to hold them accountable. Well, yeah, she can do all of that and still be respectful. Show up because she is one of the host countries. I'm not gonna lie, I was worried for her. I don't know if I would have shown up, but it's interesting to see this dynamic. But what do you think?
There's a lot of Mexican Trump supporters. Whenever you guys see a Mexican Trump supporter, do you guys feel like that person is actually a sellout?
Yeah, like what are you doing? Your own kind? You're betraying your own kind is outrageous. Trump does not like them.
Do you guys have any family members that voted for Trump?
Yes. Yeah, I know. Disown, we don't know them.
So you guys don't, if you guys go to like the carne asada or something like that, you guys don't talk to them?
Who's inviting them to the carne asada? Exactly.
Huh. Let me get Kamala's response to this. Oh, hold on. We got one more response. Let's see what they have to say.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Trump's effect on Latinos was more his lies. They believed his lies about jobs, because Latinos, for the most part, were, you know, at the bottom of the food chain, and what we care about is feeding our families, you know, and moving ahead. So when he says, I got big jobs are coming.
You think people believe that and they listen?
People believe that. They believed, and he lied to every single one of them, and they believed it. So that's unfortunate, but that hopefully, I hope it won't happen again. But the thing about Latinos is we faced this since the beginning of this country. Unfortunately, this is the 4th time that they've come after us to deport us. I mean, yeah, because, you know, they're grabbing American citizens and they don't care. And it's people who are the driving force of the economy, the essential laborers who are feeding us, who are doing construction, who are painting, plumbers, carpenters, who are doing everything to keep this country running.
On this episode of FAFO, titled
I will vote for Donald Trump.
So here's how this one started. So back in January of 2025, after Donald's inauguration to his 2nd term, user Myra here on TikTok made this video post that went pretty viral.
This is so crazy that we voted for Trump. We trust him with the words that he promised us Latinos.
You know, as much as Donald lies about a lot of things, this is the one thing that he mainly kept his promise on in terms of mass deportations. Because he didn't lie about this one. And I'm mentioning this to Myra because let's see how she's doing a lot more recently. Because if you take a little peruse on her TikTok page, she posted this image on October 10th of 2025, saying, "This is not fair. Someone send this. They took my uncle this morning. This is not fair for people going through this. Everyone be careful because they're breaking windows." And I did a drop down on that photo for this caption where it says, "Everyone be careful because they're breaking window and they took my Theo this morning. This is my Theo from my daddy's side, and this is so sad because I can't help him because a lawyer over 10K, I can't afford him right now, but me and my family on my dad's side's coming together with some money. If you want to help us with $1 or anything, please help." You see, while I do feel some compassion and empathy for the uncle, I don't feel compassion for Myra, because she voted for the guy that clearly ran on mass deportations, and now she got one of her very own. I'm trying to understand where the disconnect was and like what her logic is, but for me it's no comprendo. And to be fair to your uncle, I genuinely hope that he's able to get out in some sort of way, but you do get what you voted for. But anyways, have the day you voted for. Bye.
Have the day you voted for.
To the Latinos for Trump out there, I just want to let you know that the 2 men that were unalived by ICE agents weren't even the target. Like, that's not even who they were looking for. They got it wrong. They're not out there asking, "Oh, what's your name?" or stuff like that. They're not like really doing the work and the research. They're just like, "Oh, they look suspicious." And newsflash, y'all look like us. So what do you have to say about that?
I love being Mexican so much. I love being an immigrant. I love being Hispanic. But when I see Latinos for Trump, I just, why? Why? What do you think you're going to get out of that? Like, at all? Well, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get brownie points, that you're automatically going to be considered one of them just because you're a Latino for Trump? I genuinely want somebody to explain it to me because I don't get it. And I want to blame education. I really do want to give them the benefit of the doubt and just say they're uneducated. Pero at some point, no sé. Yo no lo entiendo, de verdad. No lo entiendo.
There's no complexity to it. There's no mystery. There's no figuring it out. But I think there's like a large group of Latinos out here that think, well, these Latinos are wrong if I do the white man's bidding for a little bit. And I do the little song and dance and they're chucking and jiving and they're fucking, oh yeah, Latino.
If I wear the stupid hat, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Ay, 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 por Dios. Yo voy a votar
por Donald Trump.
La economía.
Yeah, dude. The brainwashing is insane, too. It's just...
What the fuck are you talking about? 76% of you voted for Trump, you fucking Cubans, and they have the highest number of deportation in the history of the United States.
Yeah, the satire is insane, man.
I guess you fucking learning your lesson out, huh? You congre-eating motherfuckers. It's like, it wasn't really that hard. You've seen the history behind it. Now they're fucking like, have you seen the videos online? I fucking laugh every time.
Oh, yeah, but this happened, and I used to be in the good side, and I paid my taxes, and I was doing everything right, and I was glazing the MAGA, and now I'm deported, and I can't go back. Like, bro.
Pero ¿cómo es posible, caballero? Dios mío. Olvídate de eso. Nosotros votamos por Donald Trump. ¿Cómo es posible? Yo quería exigimos al presidente de Estados Unidos. Listen, you prick. You fucking thought that this was not about you.
Yes, it's all about the Latinos, the immigrant, the person that is not white. I mean, that's it. Yeah.
It's
like
wild
said,
to me,
man.
bro. Watching these people like not understanding that they were all seen as the same fucking thing is wild to me. And you know what's crazy about all this situation? I still see some of them supporting these fucking racist lunatics, dog.
You was singing all that mess, talking about I we vote for Donald Trump. And now you're screaming, shouting, acting like we supposed to give a damn about your husband being deported after you was singing, talking about I love my freedom. But your man's ain't free no more, is he? Like we supposed to have to give. Who said that?
This Trump-supporting agriculture pilot is finding out the hard way. In Northeast Louisiana, agriculture pilot and Trump supporter Reed Keehee prayed that Trump would start heading this country in the right direction, saying, "Trump 2024, baby." As a husband, father, man of faith, and a small business owner in agriculture, I'm praying our country starts heading in the right direction. Now, thanks to Trump, the guy that he voted for, he says that farming and his industry is a game of survival. Game of survival? But Reed, I thought you guys were winning. What happened to that? Reed's plane needs kerosene-based Jet A fuel, and the price of it skyrocketed during the Iran war. He says that when fuel hit $4.11, he spent more than $30,000 on one round of fuel. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, last year U.S. farm bankruptcies saw a 46% increase from 2024. Instead of charging the farmers more, Reed's decided that he's going to take the hit instead. Reed says, if the farmers aren't in business, then I'm not in business. With the war in Iran still going on thanks to Trump's great negotiating skills, Fafo and I, we send our regards. Reed voted for less money in his pocket and the high possibility of being unemployed. Way to go, Reed.
Did you see this clip of people that just...
And right now, oil's $100, jet fuel's $200, gas is over $4, diesel's like $5.50.
You averaged 380 under Biden for 4 years.
Yeah, and when we left, inflation was lower than it is today.
You accounted for 21.5% price increase.
This president took the inflation rate up. This president took the inflation rate up. It's more than 3% year on year. You saw the numbers just come out. It's more than 3% year on year.
Okay.
Isn't it?
PCE,
there's core
mistaken. It is.
The
math is direct.
Yeah.
The math is the math.
Look,
it fluctuates each month from 2.7 to 3%.
It's higher than when he got here,
it's
Joe.
not 9%.
His central campaign promise was he was going to take inflation and drive it down, and instead he took inflation and it's up.
I thought in the Fed,
it was 3 when he got here, and now it's more. It could not be simpler than that.
It's around 3, and we're involved in a war.
He said on day one it would go down. He came in on day one, and now it's up.
It's up to 3%. It was 21.5% price
increases
it would go
over
down 4 years. Over 4 years, it was 21.5%.
He promised it would go down.
Democrats own the affordability crisis.
Listen to me.
Period.
Why did the president fail to keep his
You don't think Democrats own the affordability crisis?
Why did...
Like, how is he dog walking the numbers guy because he doesn't know his own numbers, or he's trying to act like he doesn't understand the numbers? Like, we don't realize that gas ain't going as far as it do. Rent is too fucking high. Food is too expensive. Like, we don't know that the Iran war was a war of choice. Like, we don't know that we've lost 13 service members for nothing. Because we're now in a worse position than before we started the war. Before, the strait was open, gas was low. Now, the strait is closed. Iran knows they can close the strait, and gas is high. There's only but so many troops. And then His own host, his own co-host had to laugh at him because he's like, the numbers are the numbers. What do you want us to do? This was just chefs, because Pete Buttigieg, he's always goes in these spaces and understands exactly how to handle these people. And other Democrat politicians, take notes. Y'all follow me for more. Check out my bio to stay updated. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
So Latinos for Trump. I just wanted to say, guys, that you guys, did all the Latinos and all the Mexicans, so fucking proud. So here we have a fucking dumbass. I'm a Republican. I'm 100% Hispanic. And I think he voted for Trump. So let's take a look at this. So this is almost, this was from like, October 2025. So October 14, 2025, right? And look at, this is what they did, dumbass. And what's crazy now, it's been a little bit, almost a year and a half since he became president. And they have cut many programs, especially in the RGB. Fucking dumbass, you stupid ass. Look at this. You know why they closed those programs down? They said that they were racist because they were helping the Latino community. And for some reason, they were able to prove it. And so look at that. $350 million in funding to minority. And you're talking, that's nationwide. Plus, as time goes by, they're cutting more and more Latino Hispanic programs. What's crazy is that many of you idiots also voted for this. You're, some of you non-Hispanic. And eventually, they are shutting down, taking away programs that were helping regular Americans, non-Latino or non-Hispanics and shit. And so that means this affected everyone. But some of you are so fucking stupid and so fucking ignorant. And I am glad. So in a way, some of you are so stupid. I think that was for the best, because you guys removed a lot of fucking idiots that maybe they shouldn't have been in college in the first place. So you guys are right. Why the fuck give stupid people, a right? Or, why give them school if they're fucking stupid and if they don't know what the fuck is going on, right? You are so right, MAGAs.
Huh. Let me get Kamala's response to this. Oh, hold on. We got one more response. Let's see what they have to say.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
On this FAFO edition of... And let's dive into this story together, shall we? There's an article released by Baptist News Global that's titled "Organizer Says Latino Pastors Struggle After Voting for Rump." Faced with deportations of their church members, some Latino pastors who voted for Donald in 2024 now regret their choice, according to Agustin Quiles. Agustin Quiles, who was a keynote speaker at the Compassion and Justice Conference back on February 20th and 21st in Austin, Texas, told a story of a pastor who called begging for his help because his right-hand person at the church had been deported by the current administration. Augustine asked the pastor who did he vote for in the presidential election, to which the pastor replied, "You know who I voted for." Augustine said, "I know. Why did you do it?" The pastor responded by giving a vague answer about freedom of religion, which, in my opinion, freedom of religion for a lot of these folks translates to, I want my religious beliefs to supersede everybody else's beliefs by law. And his other reason for the vote is concern about transgender people, which to me basically is voting on an issue that does not affect a majority of the population. Augustine offered the pastor a hypothetical question. What if an immigration agent came to the pastor's door right then and now and offered to bring back his deported church members if the pastor would change his vote in the 2024 presidential election? Would the pastor do that? The pastor responded, yes, with sorrow. And since that pastor is feeling deep regret and sorrow for his vote, may I offer him some thoughts and prayers that will absolutely do nothing in his case. Because they voted for it, now they have to live with it. But in conclusion, to the pastor, all I do have to say to you is, have the day you voted for. Bye.
Trump is hitting on undocumented immigrants with $998 a day for staying here illegally. He said the longer you stay, you're racking up these fines. So the Trump administration is sending over 100,000 notices to people with final deportation orders, warning they could face civil fines of up to $998 per day for remaining in the U.S. Some fines have reportedly grown to as much as 1.8 million because they accumulate over time. The policy is designed to encourage self-deportation and is based on a law passed in 1996. So yeah, this is nothing new. This is a law that was passed in 1996, but it's now being enforced on a much larger scale. So yeah, so a lot of these laws that we're seeing right now, they're older laws. It's just that people haven't enforced them in the past. And this is what the Trump administration is doing now, enforcing these laws that's already there. It's nothing new. These fines apply to people with final removal deportation orders, not all undocumented immigrants. So, these are just like final removal orders, final deportation removal orders. They're finding those people. So this is for the immigrants with final removal orders. He's going to start fining them $998 a day. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section.
Más humillaciones para el criminal convicto. Primero, trató de invocar una ley súper xenofóbica de 1790 para defender al país de enemigos extranjeros. En este caso, supuestamente se refería a venezolanos del Tren de Aragua. Y este proceso le daría el permiso de deportar a cualquier persona que él piense que sea del Tren de Aragua sin ningún tipo de proceso. Y nadie confía en esto, ya que todos vimos cómo enviaron a personas que entraron al país legalmente para Guantánamo. Pero inevitablemente un juez lo bloqueó. Y por supuesto que todos queremos que deporten a los criminales, pero tiene que haber un proceso. Sin embargo, mi humillación favorita fue que nos enteramos de que ahora le está pidiendo huevos a Europa. Ni yo que soy gay he tenido que rogar nunca por huevo. Y de paso, tuvo los cojones de pedirle huevos a Dinamarca. ¿Sabes? El mismo país al que pertenece Groenlandia, el territorio que la naranja malcriada vive amenazando con que se quiere robar. Y Dinamarca mandó su respuesta a través de un micrófono. Comparte esto con alguien que le quieras alegrar el día.
Oh, I can tell you exactly why people act like this isn't a real situation going on in America, because they don't think it will affect them. Now, remember before the election, a lot of Latinos for Trump were out there, Cubans, Puerto Ricans, or different Latinos like, yeah, we want Trump, we want Trump, we want Trump. And then months after he was elected, a lot of the same people's family members were snatched and gathered. And I was like, oh my God, that was a bad idea. Because they think that it didn't affect them. And now what's going on right now with ICE tearing up the streets, people looking online and be like, oh, if you comply and obey the law, what's going to happen when they do the door-to-door knocks that J.D. Vance talked about, where they're going to have ICE go door-to-door, and some family that's an American citizens in that household are presenting their documentation and ICE is not accepting it and they snatch people from their homes. This is happening. Again, people act like it's nothing because it doesn't directly affect them. But watch when them door-to-door knocks happen and you might get the most worst trained ICE agent on planet Earth and you'll present your passport, present your birth certificate. They say it's not enough and then they snatch you from your family. That's why every American should be worried.
Listen, y'all Latinos for Trump are getting on my motherfucking nerves. First, y'all vote for the dude. Then he gets elected. Then he does what he says he's going to do and deport that ass. And now that he's coming after your community, after he told you he was going to come after your community and you voted for him anyway, you're mad at us? What? How are you more mad at the people telling you I told you so than the people that are fucking you up? We're the ones that said, do not go behind that door. That door right there is a bunch of motherfuckers waiting to whoop that ass. And you go behind the door and they whoop that ass. And you're looking out the door as we said, we told you so. And you're mad at us, pointing, it's your fault as you're getting your ass whooped. No, it's the people whooping your ass.
And I have so much to say. You know what? This is one of my favorite videos. I have an addiction. I'm always checking for the videos. What is happening with the Cubans? What is happening with the Mexicans? What is happening with the Latino community? Because it is so funny what happened to these people that decided to vote for Trump, because it wasn't enough what he did in his first term when he put all those kids in cages. So they forgot about that and they decided that they're gonna try to do a run-up again of kids in cages. And for me, it is so funny how their FAFO moment came to them. And the thing is just, they ask, okay, Trump is no racist. They say that. They say that. A lot of people in the Latino community, they decided to vote for Trump, and they say to themselves, Trump is no racist. And they had to ask to themselves, how if he's no racist, happened that the only people that get detained is the Latinos, the brown people, when we know the undocumented people, the majority of the undocumented people are Asians. So this is when a proof, okay? We don't gonna talk about all the things that he did already against the black community. We know in the 80s he was taken to court and proven guilty in discrimination against black people in his buildings. We know that already. But I guess for the Latino people, that wasn't enough proof of he was a racist and he has something against brown people, that they decided to vote for him, and now they are suffering the consequences of their vote. And this is something that goes for the history, because how can you vote against your own rights? And not only the Latinos, we'll talk about the MAGA women's. The MAGA women's, they are the ones that voted against their rights like nobody else, and that have a scientific proof of it. Apparently, if somebody else is successful, they don't see it of their own gender, they don't see it as them being successful, they see it as a proof that they cannot be successful. Go figure. I just don't even know how they just draw those conclusions. I guess it's made in envy. Those conclusions are making envy. I guess that conclusions are made in a complex of inferiority. And I think that complex of inferiority is hitting the Latinos community really, really hard, because they all know before the November election that if you voted for Trump, it was the rest of the signs, mass deportation. And that was a sign that was all over his rallies, that he was planning to do a mass deportation. And the thing is just, it's not that many people to be deported, because as it is Obama, he broke all the records of deportation. I had to drink a little bit of water. And he did it in a legal way where everybody got due process. This orange buffoon cannot even give due process to the people that he right now is deporting. He just want to revive Legends from the 1700s where you declare these people that is coming, okay, or these people that is here in the United States as an enemy of the United States. And then this is how he just trying to get away. We're giving people due process, and this is something that affects us all, because when you don't give people due process, it can be USA citizens that get deported because you don't have the time to show your paperwork. And it has been happening a lot, okay? But we have to stand up together. We have to make sure that the Latino community, and more because the Black people have been voting in the way they need to vote, but the Latino community needs to correct this, and they need to vote for more something that benefits them and benefit also other communities, okay? Yes, the economy is really important, but he didn't do anything good for the economy either. The last time that he was in power, he left us without toilet paper, okay? And I remember a story that I have a friend that she voted for Trump, and she have a business. She have a Mexican restaurant, and she just say, "I'm just gonna vote for Trump because he's good for business, he's good for economy, but blah 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 blah." Okay, and then I told her, do you forget that he left us at the store fighting for toilet paper? That's the type of economy do you want? And I think this time we're going to be fighting at the store for gas, because as it is right now, gas prices are astronomically high. And on the top of that, we don't even see the solution of the end of this war that he put himself in Iran. Okay, so now the Latino community is going to be suffering for, I have to take off this bracelet that it sounds every minute. Now it seems like they're going to be okay. Okay, losing their rights, they're going to be okay. Losing their privilege, they're going to be okay. Losing the right to put gas in their tanks. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, because I do want to know your opinion about these things. What do you think about the opinions of what the Latinos for Trump are doing? Let me know. Take care of yourself. I just wanted to say thank you for the super tens. Thank you for the Cash App, for the Venmo. You guys are the best subscribers on the planet. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.